Philippine Daily Inquirer. 400 out of 600 health centers of DOH unused. So, may I know po, how do we justify spending billions on health centers when 400 out of 600 remain idle? Isn't it a failure of planning that we built hundreds of facilities without papala doctors, nurses, or equipment to run them? And who is accountable?
Thank you very much for this. You know, in 1992, we devolved healthcare. So, dati, all the health centers were under the Department of Health. So, kami nag-i-staff ng tao dyan, ng barangay health worker, ng midwife, and everything. But after the local government code was passed, the health centers are passed on to the municipal mayors. And it has been a practice for the past several years to actually support that through a budget in the DOH. So, nalalagay ng ating mga legislators yan. That's a list I get. Sometimes I agree, not planned, but out of they are built, and then eventually what happens is we sign an MOU with the local chief executive, not the congressman, the local chief executive. The local chief executive will agree to the fund that after it is finished, they will hire doctors, nurses, midwives. And our study of the past 10 years, 10 years naman ma'am yung nasa headline na yan. So hindi naman yan 1 year. 10 years of support, about 200 billion pesos of funds to what we call primary healthcare centers, barangay health station, rural health unit. Malaki na rin after you accumulate 10 years. Sabi ko nga, 10 hospital na mapapatayo ko dyan sa 200 billion if ever. And we also lack beds, hospital beds. So, na-analyze ko to because nangyari nga itong flood control. So I was looking at meron ba kaming mga ganyang projects sa Department of Health na hindi nagagamit. Ngayon, pati even agriculture saying some of their farm-to-market roads are not true farm-to-market roads. So ni-research namin to, and we've tried to solve some of this through the National Health Workforce Support System. Kami na nagpasweldo nung nurse, doktor, midwife, at dinideploy dun sa municipality. Ito yung nangyari, no? I think this is one of the good things because we were funded in the GAA also of personnel na announced ni President Nunsona na for the first time, all municipalities have a doctor. Ito yun, kasi dati doctor to the various program siya nung time ni Secretary. Tinuloy namin yun, nadagdagan ng nurse deployment, nadagdagan ng midwife, nadagdagan ng iba't ibang health. So ngayon, it's now called the National Health Workforce Support System. This is for 4th class, 5th class, 6th class municipalities. I have so 60% are lack of human resource, 30% are delayed construction, so kasalanan ng contractor na pondohan pero hindi natapos. Ito yung mga walk away, nanalo sa bidding, kinuha lang yung amount, tapos mag-uumpisa ng konting poste, tapos aalis na. And then we're stuck with the problem. And then 10% are DPWH. So there are some the local government wants the DPWH to implement. So hindi kami na-implement. So yung sa DPWH, ang problem is permit to construct. What's nicer about health facilities is we are stricter than, let's say, a school. Kasi a school, they just build on their design. Sa amin, the contractor has to show the detailed architectural and engineering designs, which is up to the licensing for the facility. So dahil sasubmit pa yun sa amin, bibigyan namin ng permit. That's the only time they can construct. Sometimes, may pondo na pero hindi nagsasubmit or binababago yung some modifications to fit the licensing. And then when they finish it, babalik uli yan sa licensing namin para i-license siya as a health facility. Kailangan up to standards. So, sabi nga sa akin, ayaw gawin ng ibang contractor kasi daw manipis. So you understand already when I say what is manipis. So, because we are very strict with how it will be built, kailangan built up to specs. So, ang problem namin really 60% is really the lack of healthcare workers hired by the local. And this is coming from the income of the LGU kasi. They have to hire the municipal health officer, the public health nurse, the midwife that will work in the health center.
Madam Chair.
Well, yes, Senator, Madam Chair, Senator Bam would like to
With
intervene.
the indulgence of Senator Ontiveros.
Yes, Madam Chair.
Secretary, nabanggit po yung walk away. Ilan po yun? Kasi it sounds like a ghost project to me, no? Ilan po yung walk away na sinabi ko ninyo?
30% delayed or no longer alive. So what happens there is we actually terminate the contract,
Okay.
and then with the remaining amount, we try to finish the
To find another
with
contractor.
another contractor.
So hindi naman ho itong mga walkaway, hindi naman to completed projects, no?
Yun ang cost na kaya nakatayo pero hindi magamit.
Sorry, so just to be clear, usually that's just 30% ang nabayad sa contractor yung una. Diba kasi may
Mobilization lang.
mobilization lang po. That's 30%, right?
Yes.
So, in your records, hanggang 30% lang po yung nabayad dito sa mga walkaway o meron po bang completed?
Meron iba progress billing.
Yes.
May iba kasi pinahanap ko rin yung mga contractor na present ni Presidente. Sabi ko, meron na bang ginawa? So, may na-discover ako, isa na bayaran na, pero hindi completed. So,
Oh.
meron din ako nakitang
So, there's a similar modus po na nakita po ninyo.
I had to inspect. So
And to be fair,
Pero
this is
hindi
over
itong-
10 years. This is
Yes.
over 10 years.
Itong sinasabi kong nakita ko, 2020.
Okay.
Sa 2020.
So, you're saying ho na there was a facility na merong contractor na bayaran siyang kompleto pero wala pong nabuo na
Tapos.
facility.
Nabuo naman, pero hindi tapos.
Hindi tapos.
Hindi tapos, kaya hindi rin magamit, hindi rin mabigyan ng
pero
license.
nabayaran.
Yes, nabayaran. Doon ako na...
Sige po. I think the committee needs to see more details about this, Mr. Secretary. Thank you po.
Also investigating this now.
Thank you. Thank you.
Just one last follow-up on that. Are you pursuing legal action against those walkaways? Kasi naabala din nila kayo na magdi-deliver sila 30%. I mean, their contract is to deliver the whole thing. So even if you did not overpay them, you did not overpay, even though they did not receive full payment. So in other words, 30% paid for 30% work. That was not the contract.
Yes.
So by law, ang contract nila is ikumpleto mo yun.
Correct.
Nila yun. So can you just give us a quick answer and then a detailed report na ilan yan? Kasi they're not allowed to walk away. There's no such thing.
May liquidated damages din, ma'am. So, kung minsan, naghihingi sila ng bill for yung natapos nila na hindi pa bayad kasi progress billing yan. So, may liquidated damages. So, if they are delayed, merong 2 or 3 times from the deadline of the contract, may liquidated damages. Yun ang ini-impose namin.
Pero
The liquidated damages.
So you're asking for liquidated damages when they walk away and they don't complete it. Lahat yun may liquidated.
Oo.
As in court case, or I mean, well, you don't have to bring them to
Di-
court
di
if they're
court
going to
sa
pay.
ano ba yun? Yung
Sige, you have to give us a report on that.
Yes.
Kasi hindi pwedeng by choice nila, huwag na lang natin tapusin. May mas magandang project, may mas malaking project. Hindi tayo pwede ng gano'n, Secretary, ha?
Madam Chair,
Give us a detailed
pero
report.
para lang po hindi mapalampas, there was one case, at least one case, where they were fully paid.
Yes.
And
that's
yet,
very clear.
hindi ho natapos, no? Could our audit, since he's here, could our audit give us more detail about this? If that's okay to...
Sige, let's ask Senator Risa lang, no? Because
Yes.
this is her time.
Yes.
Is it okay with you?
Yes.
Proceed with this first.
Yes, sure, Madam Chair. Actually, I also have a question for
Okay.
COA, if
Sige.
follow
Okay.
this.
Go ahead, please reply.
Good morning, Madam Chair. For COA, this has been an issue also. So nag-i-issue kami ng audit observation for this matter. So the thing is, marami talagang mga hindi natatapos na mga projects. May mga idle po. Gaya ng sinabi ni Secretary Ted, ay ito po ay dahil sa kakulangan ng manpower. Ang iba din po is
Siguro before you go to the manpower issue, no, that is a serious issue. I think the question right now is on the infra. Kung
Infra.
meron kayong mga findings
Meron
na
po.
hindi natapos yung infra, but valid yung sinasagot mo, pero next pa yun.
yes, meron pong mga infra na identified kami na hindi po nagagamit at natatapos po. And the action made by the management is terminate lang nila yung contract. There are also issues regarding doon sa, for instance, in the central office, we identified na may mga hindi natuloy na mga project because yung phase 1, for instance, ay hindi complete or maayos pagkagawa. Kaya yung panibagong contractor, hindi niya po tinatapos ito at inumpisahan. There are also issues on the titling of the properties.
Sorry, Madam Chair, the question was, yung hindi natapos pero binayaran ng kompleto. Kasi, naintindihan ko kapag hindi tinatapos tapos tinitigil mo yung pagbayad, di ba? Ganun naman talaga, then you take on other action. But Secretary Herbosa was mentioning a case na nabayaran completely pero hindi naman tinapos yung proyekto.
We will, hinihingi po namin yung details dito doon sa specific project po kasi this covers a lot of projects from different regions. Possibly po, ang hawak po namin is mostly nasa central office, centralized, pero yung po sa mga region, humingi po kami ng data. So, maybe the secretary
So you
could
don't
give
have that
us
data?
the specific details.
You don't have that data?
We will check on the matter, data sir, nasa likod lang po, hinihingi namin. We'll go back.
Balikan ka
Yes, po.
namin mamaya pag na-check mo para you can,
Madam
give us
Chair,
a more
pwede-
complete
Notice of Senator Ontiveros again.
Alright, Senator Erwin, Madam Chair, bago ko balikan yung COA.
Ito pong nang pangyayari po ito, naimbestigahan na po ninyo, right? It's coming out now. Tama po?
Only because there was a list of contractors
Opo.
pinalabas ang presidente. So sinabi ko sa mga regional director, meron ba tayong mga ginagawa ng mga yan? At yun nga, sumulpot
Meron po ba doon sa mga listahan na binigay ng presidente ng mga kontraktor na gumawa ng mga health centers natin, mga infra ninyo?
Meron po. At yun nga yung na-discover ko yung isa.
Isa pa lang.
Out na,
Isa pa lang po.
na isa dun sa mga sikat na imbestigahan. At
Okay. Last question, Senator Ontiveros. Sir, do you think may collusion dito, kagaya ng DPWH, na ilan sa mga opisyal ninyo maaari sa regional level, provincial level, may collusion, may sabwatan dun sa kontraktor para sa gawa ng mga projects na ito, Secretary?
yan po ang aking conclusion din. Kasi kung ang engineer na nag-inspect from our side, binigyan siya ng clean bill na completed, mababayaran siya. Kasi hindi naman mai-issue kung hindi bibigyan ng inspection na clearance. So, yun ang side ko na iimbestigahan ko. Bakit siya nabayaran kung hindi pa completed? Dapat yan progress billing po, Madam Chair. So,
Ilan
ganun
po yung mga ganito, sir? Ilan po ang mga infra ninyo na hindi pa completed pero binayaran na or hindi talaga nagawa at all?
wala pa akong figure, no, pero I can do I can study that kasi nga marami din sila yung mga delayed. So of those na delayed, parang nakukuha din ng audit. Sometimes it's the audit that will tell us during our exit audit. Kaya sabi ko, and then nababalikan namin siya. So like
Thank
here,
you.
7 significant audit observations for the HPEP. So yun ang tulong sa amin to actually fix all these problems.
Thank you, Senator Ontiveros.
Salamat, Senator Erwin. Of course,
Madam Chair.
Mr. Chair,
Just to
Madam Chair.
join the conversation, I saw a COA report 2024 and ang number of contracts na non-completed on time is 123 contracts. Ang value nitong contracts is about 11 billion pesos. So, ibig sabihin, 11 billion pesos ginastos pero hindi tapos yung projects. So, ganun kalaki, Secretary, ang perang nakabinbin.
So ang nangyayari dyan, iba-ibang mga projects yan. That's a total. Ang hinanap ko lang was primary care facilities in the LGU. So may projects din kami in the hospitals of DOH na buildings that are run, and then there are also delays. Nafi-fix naman yan, some of those, especially COA reports, which is a year after, naaayos din namin with negotiations. Usually, pick up yung arbitration na napapag-usapan, and then dyan namin naaayos. But definitely, we don't get our value for money kasi nga, delayed. Sometimes, after makita mo yung delayed, when you try to fix it, mas mahal na uli kasi it's another different year na. Naka 2 years
Yeah.
na yung...
Ang punto dito, Secretary, 11.5 billion pesos nakabinbin siya.
Yan.
Hindi natin magamit-gamit. Whether you go to pick up, arbitration, that will take a lot of time.
Yes.
So, because of, I would say, sama-sama nito poor planning, lack of coordination, poor execution, na ipit yung 11.5 billion. So, ganito na lang, just submit to the committee yung details itong 11.5. Kasama na dito yung super health centers, kasama na dito yung iba-ibang facilities. But then again, no, ang punto ng mga senators is na ipit yung pondo natin worth 11.5 billion. Thank you. Thank you.
We will do that, Senator.
Let's give the floor back to Senator Risa. You have 2 more minutes.
Salamat, Madam Chair, at salamat, Chair. So, Secretary, importante yung sinabi nyo, we don't get our value for money. Minsan kasi a year later pa malalaman. Baka pwede pong i-consider ng DOH yung nag-emerge sa Blue Ribbon investigation na there are categories of projects short term, medium term, permanent, semi-permanent, and other, I forget the third category, covered by warranties or bonds na dapat pwedeng mag-collect ang gobyerno pag hindi na fulfill yung specs dun sa kontrata. By the way, ang pangalan nung sabi nyo may isa kayong nakitang contractor dito sa mga non-operational or walk-away health centers na nandun sa list of 15 ni Presidente. O ano, alin yun? Which one?
Diskaya, ma'am.
Vizcaya. Which company of theirs?
Ano lang? St. Timothy.
St. Timothy. Okay, so these groups, these people are all over the place. Very well noted po. Follow up po, Madam Chair, sa COA. Ano ba yung parameters sa barangay health centers, sa super barangay health centers, at sa kahit sa bukas for finance or performance audits? Hindi pa kasi malinaw sa ngayon eh. Kaya yung 400 out of 600 na non-operational daw, paano i-audit yung ganon?
Actually, Madam Chair, Senator Intiveros, sa amin po sa COA, we do conduct compliance and financial audit. In the case of yung sa mga local po, meron po tayong assigned auditors doon. They provide observations or possibly kung meron mga issuance of notice of suspension, disallowance, they also provide this. But mostly po, dito sa amin, we do conduct compliance audit and performance audit as well.
Pero sapat na po ba yung parameters para makumpleto yung audit at ma-feedback dun sa DOH at sa Congress for that matter?
Actually, usually I can speak on my behalf, no, because may mga local auditors po tayo at saka corporate auditors tayo. In the case of the national government auditors, kami po, we have this kind of planning. So sa planning namin, we identify those things na kailangan i-focus namin. So kagaya nun, we conduct compliance audit po. Tinitingnan namin yung mga nangyayari po sa mga kagaya ng mga projects na ginagawa na infra, and we provide measures. We do recommendations and value-adding recommendations to the agencies so that they can properly implement the program or the project.
So at this point in time, meron na ba kayong rekomendasyon sa DOH?
Marami.
Paano ma-audit yung mga non-performing health centers
This
na
has
yan?
been an issue from previous years. Paulit-ulit naman po siyang nangyayari. Palagi po namin kinukall yung attention ang Department of Health about this. So we always recommend them. Marami po kaming recommendations po. Sila po yung hindi naman po alam minsan hindi nagagawa po yung mga recommendations, but basically in my case I can speak on behalf of the national government auditors. Nagkakaroon po kami ng exit conference, doon po napag-usapan kung ano yung mas magandang dapat gawin ng department po, and sila po yung sa implementation. And then pag hindi po nangyayari yun or natutupad yung mga dapat na ginagawa ng Department of Health, for instance po, ay nag-i-UM pa rin po kami po ulit, and if possibly po nag-i-issue na po kami ng suspension and disallowance.
You mentioned exit conferences kanina. Ba't hindi nagagawa ng department yung recommendations ng COA?
Meron nga, nagagawa namin. So, for yung isa findings is poor planning, no? So, sa poor planning, in 2023, nakagawa na kami ng Philippine Health Facilities Development Plan. So, the idea of this, kasi some of these mga projects are insertions, ano? So, when they come to us, we see the land is not ready, hindi siya talaga na plano. So, ngayon, ang ginagawa namin, hindi siya pwedeng ma-insert sa budget namin kung wala siya dun sa Philippine Health Facility Development Plan. So, pinagawa namin lahat ng region ng plano on ano yung mga kailangan itayong facility sa inyong lugar. Hospital, health center, super health center. Para kailangan nandun sila sa approved health facility plan. We had one approved in 2023, and ang ginawa namin, sinabit namin to kay Executive Secretary at pinimarahan ng Presidente as an Executive Order of the Philippines. So, this is one way of trying to make sure may planning. Kasi ano kami during budget eh. Biglang aabutan ako ng listahan ng isang legislator, and then lagay mo to, build mo sa aking mga district. And then makikita na lang namin yan sa GAA. And then, hindi naman nabisita ng region. Tsaka pa lang bibisitahin. Pag nasa GAA, so madidelay na yung project. Mas makikita yung titulo, medyo defaulty, mayroon another amount of money na nasasayang. So we try to put some controls by making sure nasa Philippine Health Facility Development Plan.
Well, even now, Secretary, Madam Chair, nag-initiative ang Senate under the Finance Committee, under our chair. Paano talaga gawing mas open, transparent, and accountable yung budget process para proper lahat ng mga proposed amendments, including dapat based on or related to sa mga development plans ng iba't ibang mga departments at mabawasan hanggang ma-eliminate any improper insertions. Pero proper lang ang ano. Maybe, Madam Chair, in my next round, I'll follow up. Parang may disconnect sa sinasabi ng DOH at saka COA kung talagang nai-implement yung recommendations nila in terms of auditing, lalo na dito sa mga health centers. So I'll just follow that up in my next round. Salamat, Madam Chair.
Thank you.